I'm gonna tell you what they get. So raspberry preserves. I'm not picking out a specific fruit. Yeah. Another one, cream covered strawberry.
Okay, they're just making shit up now.
Welcome back to Arsenic Culture. I'm Jason.
I'm Matt.
And we are not doing a quick shot, even though I want to say that, but we are here today for a bourbon review. We have the 2025 edition Four Roses Small Batch Limited Edition.
That is a beautiful bottle. I cannot believe you were specifically able to personally obtain that bottle. How did you do that?
Well, you know what? It's in my possession, so that's like 9/10 of the law.
Does that count? Yeah.
So we got to give a shout out to our buddy Anthony from the Mashup Podcast, him and Kenny and Steven over there. But they did a review recently on this, had a guest on their show. Yeah. I don't think they all loved it. I didn't listen to the whole episode. I wanted to not listen to it all until we did ours.
Do you like Four Roses?
I love Four Roses.
Do you really?
I have my Wild Turkey shirt on, but I like Four Roses.
Yeah. I've heard that about you.
So yeah, we're going to try this. But now
let's do it, man.
I will say, so from my experience with Four Roses, I think the older stuff's a little better. So the last small batch limited edition I have enjoyed a lot was from 2019. Okay. So the last probably four that I've tried, they've not loved. Okay. So this one here is released in September of 25, so this year. It's the 18th time they've done it, so 18th edition. Okay. Proof, 109 proof. Okay. And in age, it's a blend of 13 and 19-year-old bourbons. Okay.
Is that proof a little bit lower for a release like this, or is that on par?
It's lower for a small batch, like any kind of limited edition, I would think. But Four Roses, honestly, a lot of their barrel strength stuff, which I love, it's low proof. Okay. So you're not going to go above, probably 130 on anything. Okay. I'd say the majority of them are between like 103 to 115. Okay. Somewhere in there. So this falls in the wheelhouse. Okay. Now, you know, in Four Roses, they do different recipes, right? So the main thing you remember is the second letter. So B is going to be the high rye.
Dude, give me that, because I know we've talked about it 100 times, but I'm not the big Four Roses guy you are. So give me like the quick rundown, the layman's rundown of the cliff notes of like the letters on
So I need my cheat sheet to give you the real rundown, but I'm going to give you the interesting. So the first letter on any recipe is O. That's the Old Prentice Distillery. Okay. That's where they're at in Lawrenceburg. It means nothing, essentially.
Okay. So if they were open another distillery, they might be like a P could be P. Like an X or something.
Could be. Warehouse X?
Yeah.
Don't give my hopes up.
Four Roses do their own Warehouse X, right, yeah.
So second letter is either going to be one of two things. So a B or an E. B is the high rye mash bill. Okay. E is the low rye mash bill. Okay. Now the last one, so S is going to be, what does it stand for? It stands for straight whiskey. So you got four letters. Your first and your third really don't matter.
Like
They're
just irrelevant.
They're just there.
You can technically just have a second and a fourth letter. Okay.
You just need a second and a fourth. Yeah. But so the ones we're looking at here, the fourth letter is going to be the yeast strain itself. Okay. So they have different ones. They got a Q, an O, a V, and a K.
I find it surprising that they have so many yeast strains when it seems like a lot of distilleries usually kind of hone in on one.
Turkey got one.
Yeah. But I mean, I feel like it's almost like a standardization to their process. For sure. It's like, because the yeast does a lot of work.
Oh, tons.
And to have that many yeast strains, I mean, that's kudos to them to venture out like that. But that could introduce a lot of, not volatility into your product, but
tons
a lot
of
variance. Like a lot of variables.
Yep.
Yeah.
So again, we're looking at this, and you could do combinations. So you can have the B high rye mash bill, and you can combine that with the V, that yeast strain, or the E, whatever it is.
I would venture to say most people pay attention to the mash bill.
Yes.
And probably want to say they pay attention to the yeast strain, but they probably don't know
what they do on their neck tag. So if you get a Four Roses single barrel strength, they have a neck tag on it that tells you what the meanings are. So it also gives you tasting notes. Right. It might be bright, floral. It could be earthy. Different tasting notes for that. Yeah. So this one, though, it's a blend of 13-year-old OBSV, OESV, and OBSK. Okay. Then you have a 19-year-old OESV. Okay. That mean a lot to you?
It does now.
So
I know what warehouse, I know what distillery it comes from, and I know it's straight whiskey.
So 55% of this total blend is the high rye mash bill. Okay. 45% is low rye. Okay. So what are you thinking on the nose?
It is spicy. It is. I think it has a high spice quotient.
It's got a little bit of heat for me.
Yeah.
Like at 109 proof, I wouldn't expect that.
It does feel odd. Yeah.
It's also my second pour of whiskey of the day, so
Yeah. This might be my third. So
doesn't count.
have you had this one before?
No, first time trying it.
Okay.
Thanks, Anthony, wherever you are.
Yeah, man.
So do you get any tasty notes from it?
I'm going to need subsequent sips because I was expecting a lot more up front, and it's not dry, but it's a little plain.
It's a little dry.
It's a little dry too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
First sip too. We'll go back and revisit.
yeah.
So on the nose, there's some nosy notes they have.
Right.
So do you get mixed?
I actually enjoy the nose. I get a little bit of spice and I get a little bit of sweetness.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know that I'd pick any of these. I'd pick two of them out. Vanilla and leather. Okay. I
Sure.
could pick on everything.
Yeah.
But do you get mixed berry compote?
Like a jam kind of thing? No,
Yeah,
that's
I guess,
that's a little deep. Yeah.
And then light oatmeal cookie crumble.
No.
I mean, maybe.
Maybe.
I don't know. I feel like you probably get that on anything. Though,
Yeah,
right?
so like I might go towards like the cinnamon you would get in an oatmeal cookie,
I
but
can see cinnamon.
yeah, honestly, I think even that's light. Like the spice I'm getting is more of a culinary spice.
Sure.
Um,
Just overall.
Yeah. But I'm getting some sort of like almost like a biscuity kind of sweetness on there.
Maybe it's the oatmeal cookie they're talking about.
Yeah,
a
that
little
could
bit.
be. Yeah, exactly
Now,
right.
taste wise, you get any different tasty notes?
I'm getting a little bit more the second time.
It coats my palate. It's full. It's a full coat. It gets the front, the mid, the back. The front to me is a little bit dry, but weirdly enough, it's like juicy in the middle. Like it's kind of making my mouth water a little bit.
Yeah. Do you
The
think?
finish is a little dry for me, but it's long. It's actually getting better as it's going.
So I'm getting that dry finish too, and it's almost a little thin, which is not helping with the dryness at all.
The finish is still going for me though. Like it's still going.
See, I was really hoping for a little more depth with this one. I wouldn't go as far as saying it's bad, but it's like the notes that I'm picking out are the generic notes right now.
Sure.
You know, I'm getting a tiny bit of vanilla on there, tiny bit of sweetness. As far as bourbons go on the generic definition, it's a bourbon.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's a real odd combination for me. I get dry and juicy mid palate, which
Yeah.
is really weird to my palate. I'm not sure I'm there with it.
I'm not even getting the juicy. Like
I do.
I'm getting a little bit of that like kind of heat tingle on there too. At 109, like that's over 100, but that's nothing like. Remember when we drank that Russell 15 the last time?
Yeah.
And that was so smooth. And that was 28 or something?
I don't remember on that. We had the 13 actually, and then we had
Or the Russell 13.
Russell's 13, and then the Masters Keep Beacon.
Right.
I should have the notes so I could tell you what they are.
But
I
that
wanna
thing
say
was
they're
like 120
118,
plus.
118.
I thought it was 120 plus.
Yeah, you're probably wrong.
I could be.
Of course, it's on my like 8th page of notes here.
Just flip through your novel.
Oh, there it is. 118 proof on the Beacon. Russell's 13's 123.8.
There you go. Exactly.
Both of them drank under.
Right. But that
Yeah.
Russell's was super smooth and graded. Well, see, okay, you had that one open for a long time. We discussed that. This one has probably
It's
been open for a little while.
at least a week, 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
this is okay.
It's had time.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
all right, well, let's talk a little bit more about tasting. So, I'm going to tell you what they get. So,
Okay.
raspberry preserves. I'm not picking out a specific fruit. I got juiciness, but I don't know that I'd even call it fruit.
They're really going that fruit angle, and like again, like with some of the other aspects, I can get a twinge of something.
Sure.
Like sweet, kind of like jammy in there, but honestly, it's not enough to warrant a tasting note, in my opinion. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Another one, cream covered strawberry.
Okay, they're just making shit up now. I mean, that is really
specific.
specific.
Last one, vanilla bean ice cream.
Yeah. So like, but that goes back to
Vanilla.
vanilla. Yeah. I could kind of get that. I could kind of get that.
Other ones are just baking spice, which you both agree it's there.
Right. The baking
And then
spice
brown
is probably
sugar,
the most prominent.
which is there.
Yep.
So,
those are the most
those
prominent
make
ones.
sense.
Yeah.
I could see, again, I get juicy. I don't know that I get fruity. Either way. So it's getting a lot of mixed reviews. I don't think it's in anybody's like best of the year right now that I've seen, but It's getting some people loving it, some people not loving it. So it's kind of all over the place.
Let me ask you this: how much was that bottle?
That's what I was getting ready to go to. I'm glad you asked.
Yeah. Perfect segue.
This one is, why didn't I write it down? $250.
Golly.
This is $30 more than last year. Okay. Probably the last one I got to buy for retail was about $160. So it's what?
How many years ago was that one?
Probably 2018.
Oh, okay.
2019.
I got you.
Somewhere around there. So 5-6 years ago.
Okay.
It's went up $9.
That's a lot of money.
Secondary, $350. Not a ton of difference on there.
Yeah.
And in bottle count, how many of these think they made?
I feel like 350 is a pretty big jump from 250.
Well, not for the rarity, right?
Yeah,
it's a limited edition.
For percentage wise, I mean that's that's like another third,
But not for secondary.
50%.
Secondary big. But if you look at the Wild Turkey, though, we looked at the Master's Keep.
Yeah.
I think we both agree that's better.
Whoa, God, that was like heads and shoulders better. That was amazing.
But their cost, I think it was like $3.25 MSRP ish.
Right.
$4.25 secondary, so still about $100.
Exactly. And the thing is with that one, like as much as I hate how expensive bourbon has gotten, I know it's coming down.
Well, secondary's coming down.
Secondary's coming down.
Retail.
Well, I think primary is going to follow suit, hopefully. But I think that one, like that Wild Turkey Beacon, was borderline justifiable for that price, as fucking as expensive as it was.
You thought about me and Jordan said yes. Drew's
yes,
no,
I was like, this one, if I paid secondary for this one, I think I'd be pissed.
Yeah.
I think I would actually be angry. If I paid retail on it, I think I'd still be like, it would be something that I would bring and maybe to parties let other people try. That's a $125 bottle.
Okay. So for a limited edition bottle, how many bottles do you think they made to this? Take a guess.
2,000.
16,854.
Oh God. Okay. That's real limited.
So it's not too limited.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
Here's the problem: you'll never see this in the wild, or if you do, you'll see it at a store that's a museum that has it for $900, and you're like, I can buy it on the secondary page that doesn't exist for $350 or under.
Yeah, exactly.
So let's talk one more thing. So single barrel strength Four Roses, which I love. Those are different recipes, single barrels. They used to be about $65.
Yeah.
Now they've crept up to like the cheapest you'll see one before tax is $90.
Yeah.
Most of them running 100, 110 plus.
Yeah.
So it shows you how much they've actually increased that cost over time.
Yeah. And I feel like that's across the board with bourbon in general.
I feel like I had this discussion with somebody the other day. I think bourbon retail is about 2 years behind bourbon secondary. So you see bourbon secondaries coming down. You see bourbon retail still up. It's not. It's getting ready to come down, but it's right there.
We had talked about this years ago. Not too many years ago, but probably like 3 or 4 years ago. Yeah. We had a discussion on one of our episodes about the secondary market, about how prices were so inflated because retail was the retail prices were like so reasonable. Yep. And then we had a discussion. I remember this. I can't remember exactly what direction everybody lent. But it was something to the degree of retail needs to raise their prices to come in parity with secondary. Otherwise, secondary is just going to keep going on. Retailers are going to lose money. Distillers are going to lose money. And the secondary is just going to go out of control. And it's going to become more profitable and bigger than the actual primary retail market. But yeah, secondary's coming down, like you said, and now retail's like, oh yeah, we need to come up, and it's like, well, parity's gonna lap. They're gonna swap
for sure,
and then all of a sudden they're gonna start losing money.
I think though, when you talk to like bourbon nerds, for that perspective, myself, I'd include in that. Right. But we did it to ourselves.
Yeah,
we 100% did it to ourselves. So we made the secondary market, and with these big companies or any company, you're a business. You're tired of seeing me or whoever's selling it or whatever making a profit off your product and not doing anything with it. Yeah. So hell, if they're selling it for $500, let's raise the price from $100 to kind of catch up.
I wonder
can't complain.
Yeah, I wonder if there were a few key players that tried that, and some of the other key players were watching to see what happened. I think of like Willet. Like their prices.
Number one.
And you saw what happened with them.
And now they've fallen off.
That's what I'm saying. And I wonder if people like Four Roses and maybe Buffalo Trace were just watching just to see, because Willet wasn't huge, but like they had a big following.
They had that niche right there. Like it was the beer nerd. It was the shoe collectors. Everybody's like this weird and rare characters doing it now.
Yeah.
That's what they've kind of taken over the torch from
Yeah.
Willet. They just had a big event in Nashville not too long ago.
Okay.
Like you got a custom pair of shoes, a
Okay.
custom like bag to carry your
Okay.
bourbon in,
Okay.
and like glasses, maybe a hat.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? They have like bottle openers cut to wax. Like
What do you
custom
think of
stuff.
that? What do you think of that?
I don't enjoy it.
Okay.
I think what I would enjoy, like, where would I ever wear a custom pair of bourbon shoes?
I think it depends on.
bourbon
I think it
event.
depends on the shoes. So if they're clean,
Air Force One or Jordans.
right? But if they're clean Air Force Ones, you know what I mean, and they maybe just have like a brown stitching or something like that. That
No,
might
they're
be
not.
pretty
They're,
dope.
they're not clean. They're.
I figure
yeah,
they're not. I
yeah.
figure they're not. But I'm just saying, like, there's an example. There's a hypothetical example to where that might work. The problem that you're running into is exactly what you're saying, is that it's not about the product anymore. It's about the marketing and the branding.
Yep.
And all of a sudden, you're selling a name, not a bourbon.
Yep.
And it's like, do you want us or do you want the juice?
Yeah.
And that's a fair question to ask, honestly, because a lot of people are in it for the hype.
Yep.
And just like you said, that's like kind of what Willet was chasing.
For sure.
For
Well,
a while.
they were 100%.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody
Yeah.
deny that.
Yeah.
But no, so I think we just saw that. So let's talk about value, or like what we're thinking. Would you buy this? I think we already answered at $250 retail.
No.
Okay. I'd be, man, I don't know that I could either. And I love Four Roses.
Yeah.
Like after having it,
Even
it's good.
Yeah.
I might go 2 on it, right? Like I think for me, you said I think 150
It's
or something.
125 for me.
I don't think I'd go above 2.
See, like towards the end, it actually got a little warm holding my hand.
It's better.
And some of like the brown sugar notes were a little more pronounced. And I love that, you know, it's
Yeah.
good. It's still not deep enough. It's still not complex enough for me to warrant
sure.
$250, like by
And then secondary at 350, neither one of us would buy there.
Yeah.
So let's talk about a rating.
Let's
So-
talk about.
before we do.
Yeah, let's talk about Never Say Die Bourbon, which is always a good pour. And it's definitely not $250.
It is
I don't
not.
know. Is it not?
No,
I assume
no,
it's
it's
not.
not. No.
Very much not. But these are our sponsors. These guys are great. You need to check them out at a liquor store near you. Aged at sea partially. As they're shipped out to England, then they come back.
Could they make the whole sea of bourbon and then just,
They actually, the sea
Yeah.
is the bourbon, and
Yeah.
they just dip into it. And they put
Makes
it in the
total
bottle.
sense to me. It's a little salty,
It's
but,
a
you
little
know,
salty,
yeah.
yeah. But anyways, what were you saying?
They also sponsored our water glasses.
I
Thank
know,
you, Never Say
yeah.
Die.
Yeah, right on, man.
So we got to rate this one. So we're going from a 0 to 5 scale, 0.25 increments. What are you thinking?
You know, I got to factor in value.
Sure.
I always factor in value. That's
It's fair.
part of it.
It's fair.
I can't go just blanket based on taste. So that's kind of it's kind of like 2 strikes against it.
Okay.
It's not a bad product. It's just not a good product for how much it is.
Correct. Yeah.
So if I was offered this, I would drink it in a heartbeat and be like, "Thank you.
Yeah.
This is nice."
Oh, I'd revisit it. Yeah, for
I
sure.
would definitely. But I'm not seeking this out again. I'm gonna go 3.25.
Okay. I like Four Roses, so my bias is there.
Yeah.
I didn't love this one. I'm going to go with 3.75.
Okay.
That's low for me for Four Roses.
Sure, yeah.
I've had single barrel strengths, just one thread, one single barrel.
Right.
That I like better.
You like better.
Yeah, and especially the gold necks, the
That's
older
kind of hard
ones.
that's kind of hard to say out loud.
It is. I'm actually impressed I got through that one.
Yeah,
But, I have some single barrel picks at home that I like better than this one.
Yeah.
And the 2019, 2017, 2014, they beat the hell out of this one.
Yeah.
So there you go.
All right.
Thanks for tuning in wherever you are. If you liked us, keep watching and then like and subscribe on all the social medias, especially on YouTube. And we just hit 1,000 subscribers recently. We'll give ourselves a hand.
I thought for sure we dropped back down to like 9.99,
yeah.
but it didn't happen. We stayed at 1,000.
Let's
We're
keep
still
going
going
back
up.
and forth.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
So I think we can actually go live on YouTube now with a bigger audience. So thank you all very much.